YouTube, welcome back once again. If you're new to the channel, this is Harley Day Rider, or I am Harley Day Rider, your good old friend HDR, and I ride the 2018 Road Glide Ultra. I was out here riding along today, just minding my own business, just moving the load. I got 7 women. Mrs. HR said stop singing on the channel, so I gotta stop singing. I have never ridden this road before, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna ride it today. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know where it comes out at. I don't know what kind of road it's going to be, though, riding out here, but we're going to venture out anyway and take a look. It's one thing nice on a motorcycle, right? You just get to go out, ride the back roads of America and see where you end up. There's Washington, PA on 70. I'll be going that way to take the interstate home. But I'm not much of the interstate guy, so I'm going to take this road right here. We are on 221 South. Now, I can tell you I'm coming out of Taylorstown, and I'm heading for Prosperity is where I'm riding at right now. So that's where I'm, that's the direction the bike is pointed in. What I want to talk to you a little bit about today is, because I was looking down at my trip meter. Now, I use the trip meter for 2 things. One, every time before I go on a ride, if it's going to be like a day ride like today, I'm just out motivating around, I'll reset that trip meter and track my mileage for the day, just to see, you know, how far I rode. But when we're on trips, what I do is, before we leave the house, I'll go to the B, the letter B trip meter, and I'll reset it to zeros, and then I'll go to the A trip meter. We use the A for our daily mileage totals, and I don't look at the B until we get back home. And there's been times Miss HR said, how many miles did we go so far? It's like 3 or 4 days in, and I won't tell her, because that ruins the surprise for me. Now we can figure it out with the daily with the daily totals. You can get an idea of how far you went, right? Because you've seen those videos of our trips, and I normally take a picture of that at the end of the day. So I usually have, you know, the total mileage that we rode per day, and it's kind of not really a proof for us, but when I do my photo books at home from the trip, I put that in at the end of each day, wherever we might end up when we're traveling. But my question for everybody out there, are you a mileage junkie? Now, what I mean by that is very simple. So when you get on a motorcycle and you start riding, and say you do reset your trip meter. So how about this? If you get your motorcycle out, would you take it out for less than a 50-mile day? I mean, I've taken my bike out before, and I've ridden 6-7 miles around my short loop just to get out and move the bike around and get some fresh air. So I do it. But I am kind of a mileage junkie when I reset the trip meter when I'm going for an all-day ride, just to see how far. And I normally like to at least get 50, maybe 100-mile days in. So that's kind of how I do that. And I reset it. Like I said, I reset it each time I leave the garage. So I always know, I always have a good idea of how far I've, you know, ridden the bike in that day. But is that, if you go back, is that like not a manly thing, because I know there's a lot of females out there that ride their own motorcycles. So is that like a biker thing? How about that? Is that a biker thing? Well, guys and girls out there, we go like, hey, it was 38 degrees the other day and I rode my bike 75 miles. You know, it's like a badge of honor, right? Or one day I went out, it was like 35 degrees. Yeah, I thought I was going to go further, and I did. I ended up going about 6 miles and turned around going home. That was one of those days where it's like, Miss HR said, you taking your heated gear? And I was like, nah, I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, well, I wasn't fine. And I did worry about it. So You know, when your wife brings up a subject like heated gear, you probably should take it. Even if you don't wear it, put it on the bike. Just so you have it in your saddlebag. I mean, it can't hurt to have it. Then that way if you need it, you know. Like this face mask, you've seen a couple times I was out and I didn't have it with me because it was home in the dresser drawer where I keep all my freeze-out gear. And it doesn't do me any good there. But I don't keep that stuff on the bike. I keep it usually at home in the dresser drawer. That's where I keep my stuff. So, luckily that day, if you remember, I had a bandana in the back, and I put the bandana on to keep my face a little warmer. That's one thing I did always like about riding with the full face helmets, is your face is always covered, and you're more protected to the elements. The thing I didn't like about a full face helmet, like with this helmet, I could pick it up out of the way, right? And I got nice clear vision. I can wear my sunglasses, and I get more air that way. And I know a lot of you guys out there wear the half helmets. Hey, there's a house for sale right there with a garage. Oh yeah. Woohoo, that's pretty nice. Wonder what kind of internet they have out here. That'd be my question. Heck with the beautiful home. You gotta have fast internet. But yes, that's with the different helmets. I mean, and I think that's why people have so many different helmets. Is because different riding conditions, I guess. But the 3/4 helmet, myself and Miss HR ride with them all summer long. I ride with it all winter long. And we ride with them on vacations because they're super light helmets. She bought hers first and she loved it. And I said, well, obviously hers wouldn't fit my big head. So I went back to Cycle Gear and I tried a couple on. I was like, man, that is really, really comfortable. And then I bought mine. So, of course, if you remember on my trip, what's the first thing I did? You know, the first couple days we were out on the road. Yep, I dropped it off the bike and put a nick in it. Remember that video? So, anyway, back to the mileage junkies. So let me know if you are a mileage junkie. And I'd like to hear from you. You know, and what is the mileage? Bikers out there, men and women who ride. Is that our badge of honor? Like, hey, I went out ride today. I did 150 miles. Did you ever go out in your car and just ride and do 150 miles? Probably not. But on a bike, it's a whole nother world. Cal must be tired. He's like, I'm laying down, dude. I'm out of here. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Remember, ride your own ride and be safe out there. I will talk to you next time. Harley Day Rider will be down and out in the beautiful southwestern Pennsylvania. Bye-bye for now, everybody. Sign said 8 miles. It feels like 28 miles. What the heck? Oh well, nothing but time, nothing but time.